Hey everyone, today I want to tell you about the difference between my old Laurel Denise, this is the Nancy and it is the large, and my new Laurel Denise, which is the Scout and it is the small. I want to do a little side-by-side compare and contrast and let you know what I'm liking so much more about my new planner. Okay, first things first, you can see I have a theme here. I'm just a floral. I love a navy, I love a purple, so you can see how the covers are definitely very similar. I would say that the number one thing that I like about this planner over this one is the size. What's crazy that you can see is that when you open this planner, it is almost the same size open as this one is shut. And when you have a desk where you're working on a computer all day, maybe you're doing homework, maybe you're in meetings, you need something that fits on your desk. You don't want something so small that you can't write in it, but you need something that fits on your desk. So I'm not saying that I would never get the Nancy again because I really did like the layout. I just don't think, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, I can handle this like wingspan. This is like a pterodactyl, you know? So anyway, I say all that because the size is the first thing that is, I wouldn't say a deal breaker, but it's what matters so much to me. Now I'm gonna jump straight into the layout because the truth is that those opening pages and the back pages are pretty much the same, right? You get a pocket folder, you get the little ruler situation, you get the welcome. You also get at the beginning the year's holidays, the year at a glance where you can write down your goals, your things to remember, the special dates and events. All of that comes in both planners. It's just really, and then the back has, you know, your grid pages, your dot pages, your notes pages, all of that. It's really the overview that is so different. Okay, so when we look at these two, all right, you've got in the Nancy your monthly, then you've got a week section. Then you've got a to-do today, which is also Sunday through Saturday or Monday through Sunday, depending on what you choose. Then this week, and then to do this month. So everything opens up and you're just looking really left to right when you're looking inside the Nancy. Now you're really looking more top to bottom inside the Scout planner. So on the top is your month. You also have a column on the left side where you can jot down any notes for the month. And then you have columns at the bottom where you've got your week. So you've got to do this week, so that's your weekly. And then you get a Monday through Sunday where you have a column, I would say, let me see here. I was gonna say I could measure it, but I was using my ruler earlier in my office, so I don't have it. But it's probably about 1.5 inches. You definitely have enough space. You have Monday through Sunday to write down. So there are so many different ways that you can use this. And what I love about this planner, regardless of which one you pick, is that you can always see your month. So when you are, well, when I am working in an office and I'm working outside the home, my planner is what I just live and breathe by. Since I work at home, my calendar that's hanging on my wall and my phone calendar is what I really use, but I like seeing my month here because I have started doing a daily gratitude, and I love when I am jotting stuff down here in my weekly, and I can see still here at the top all of my monthly, all of the really good things that have happened, and I love that. So I love that. I also love that at the back in my new planner, there is a dot. It's very small, but you can see here, you've got the dot small pages on the back before you flip to the new month, and this is blank too. So I put a little painting that I did, a little watercolor, and I did my January wins and joys and all the good things that happened in January. So I like that there. So overall, I just really do like this, and I don't really need more space than what I have on the weekly. I'm not like, I have so much, I haven't been able to fit it. I can get everything I need. Now the other thing, I mentioned this in a different video, I'm working on a weekly workout plan, and I put my workout plan on the to-do this week. So I break it down into my bar Pilates with my Peloton app, my weighted walk, and then just like some different strength moves. It's not refined at all, but it's just like, I have 10 minutes here instead of scrolling my phone or sitting around. I could do a 10-minute workout. And by the end of the week, I'm like, I feel like I actually worked out. So I keep my workout in that section. And then I just do my to-dos here. I don't put any work to-dos in here. That was a big change that I made. And I just decided to keep this as my personal life only because, I don't know, it's easier for me to think about my work and my job stuff electronically, keep that somewhere else. And it also makes this more special because it's almost like a 50% of a planner, 50% of a journal. So I really love that. Now, comparing this, the only thing that I would say that I miss about this planner is that on this page, you get the to-do this month, and it is so nice to have so much space here for the whole month. As you're flipping week after week, you still have all of this space to do this month. And here, you really don't have that, right? You can see right here, and I'll like zoom in a little bit too. This little column here is all you get for your monthly overview. Now, I did look on the Laurel Denise site, and I have to say, one thing I love about their site is you can click whichever planner layout you're thinking about and go see they have examples of how other people have used it. And they're like, this person works here, that person's a stay-at-home mom, this person's a student. And you can see how they did the layout. And I really like that because it gives you insight and ideas into what you can do. And I saw somebody who managed to get their monthly list in this tiny little column. So I might try it. I've already put a floral sticker here, so I can't be trusted for this month, but that's okay. I might try it in March. Now, some other things that I noticed is that in this planner, in my Nancy, there is a habit tracker in the back and it tracks 7 habits. Now here in my Scout planner, there's only 4, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I like that because I don't need to be tracking more than that per month. I'm currently tracking 3 things: how many days a week I walk with my mom, if I remember to take my vitamin and my Zyrtec in the morning, and a skincare one if I use my tretinoin on my face. So those are my 3 things that I'm tracking, and I'm like, I don't need to track anything else. Minutes here, minutes there. I'm like, it's too much. I think you pick things that you really want to track, because if you try to do too many, you give up like 6 days in. The other thing that I said I like about both of these is that your Saturday and Sunday are the same size. And I like that because not everybody works a traditional Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 job. And sometimes you need, the same weekend space that you do for the weekdays, and not all planners offer that. So I like that it has that. So for the Scout that I have now, I mentioned that the columns are plenty of space for me. I can write down, my laundry and my tasks and my to-dos, and I am not like running out of space. That said, I did for a little bit have in my Nancy planner, because you've got the to-do today, and then you've got this weekly. And that's what I was saying earlier. I saw some different things that people did on the Laurel Denise site. I would have my to-do on the right side. So some different things like my to-do list, my grocery list, whatever, like my action items here. And then I would put my workouts here, and I could write them a little bit more in depth of what I was doing each day, rather than my tiny little box here where I'm just like checking off and highlighting that I have done some workout at some point in the week. So that gave me better insight to my workouts. But again, that might not be super important to you. So all in all, I absolutely love both planners. This one has just been so much better and easier for me because I can bring it with me. I traveled with it. I took it across the country with me last week. I worked with it on the plane, and I never would have been able to fit this in my backpack, in my carry-on, let alone like this is definitely bigger than a tray table, where this is not. So they're both great depending on what you're looking for. Now, I know I said that they have the same things on the inside, but I do just want to show you the differences. Okay, so you've got the holidays, and again, this is my 2025 and this is 2026, but it's, a little bit wider, whereas it's a little bit more narrow here on the holiday section. The overview of the months, again, similar, but you have a little less space here. And then the special dates and events, again, a little bit more narrow on this side. Now, as you go to the back of the planner, like I said, you can see that you get the notes tab for both of them. So when you get to the notes tab, you've got the yearly wins and yearly lessons, and again, it's wider on this one than on this one. And the plan ahead, same thing, where you get the 2027 year at a glance in my planner for this year. And last year I had the 2026. So same exact information. The layout is just slightly more condensed on my current planner. The other thing too that I thought was interesting, and I don't know if this is new for this year or it's this specific planner, but the Scout has the yearly plan, which I haven't found a use for this yet. I can't decide if I will. Maybe I'll track like when I'm in town, or, this would be another, like, I don't know. I feel like there's a use here. I just don't know what. And then these pages are really interesting because I haven't decided. They look like habit trackers to me. So I do need to get on the Laurel Denise site and find out what people are doing with these. It looks like a grade book to me, so I have to dig in. But I did put a long-term list in there just for the time being. And then in back, I've got my grid paper and my dot paper, and that is the same as this one, where you've got some grid paper, you've got some dot paper. Again, it's just bigger. Now the back, of course, has the pocket folder, just like the front has the pocket folder. And you still get in the back the books I'm reading, things I'm listening to, happy moments, gratitude, hobbies, ways I'm moving my body, I'm excited for and I'm hopeful for. They're just different sizes, and you have a little less space here. But once again, I've said it a bunch of times, that's totally fine with me. So anyway, I have been really happy with my Laurel Denise planner. I have a friend who got one too, and she was back in school and she was like, I absolutely love it. And I don't know, I've never had a planner where I could see the month and my week at the same time. If I ever went back to working in person, I would definitely need a planner like this because I like the month. I wouldn't have my wall calendar anymore, so I would need to keep track of my schedule in the month. So I'd have to get rid of the gratitudes. But what I'm saying is I know I would pick this planner again, even if I were in a different season of life, because it just will work with me wherever I am. So anyway, I am still so obsessed with this. The size is my favorite thing because I can just make sure that, you know, it's easy to travel and take with me, and when you have it with you, that's when you use it. So anyway, let me know which planner you picked if you got a Laurel Denise, and if you ever changed sizes. I'm curious if you've changed sizes or layouts, and if you are happy or if you're feeling regretful and you'd want to go back to your original. I love hearing about this because it's such a unique planner that I love to hear what people are doing with them. So thank you so much for watching. Let me talk about my new planner, my favorite one in a while. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.